Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. It's time for a transformation. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Here's one of the biggest illusions and mantras of all that just about all of us have lived by. And it's caused most of our pain. It's caused most of our limiting beliefs. And it really becomes a barrier to creating anything new, miraculous, or magnificent in your life. And the reason why we've adopted is we believed what other people have said about us. The problem is this belief in mantra makes absolute sense in our mind. And that way we can justify it. So what's this belief in mantra that's caused all these problems? I am who I am because of what I've been through. I am who I am because of what I've been through. Man, I grew up saying this all the time, but why is it the biggest illusion of all? And why is it self destructive? Because that means everything in your past that you've already experienced now becomes your identity. In other words, you identify with the experience and things that happened in your past. So you become that person, you become your past rather than becoming who you truly are from the inside out. And what's that cause? That causes you to keep repeating patterns in your past, now in the present and in the future. Now the pain from your past begins to serve a purpose because that's who you believe you are. And then what it does is it determines what you go through, not only right now, but in your future. So your story of your past becomes your present and your future. Well, let's give an example. Hey, when I was really young, belonged in a swim club, I used to race swimming. So did I win every race? No. So does that mean I become a loser? Hey, on the races that I did win, now do I become a winner? I was also divorced, so now am I a divorcee. I was also widowed, so now am I a widower. I also did drugs in college that I haven't touched in over 40 years, so now am I a drug addict, right? So that would mean that I would identify with things that happened to us. So I have this friend, and part of the reason I'm going through this, I have this friend that's always saying, you don't know what I've been through, right? There's physical problems, mental problems, emotional challenges that she's going through. And what do I always hear? You don't know what I've been through. How many times have you said that? And then it's followed by a story that justifies why I'm in the situation right now. Anybody besides me do that? They have a story that they keep telling over and over that justifies why you're in pain. It justifies why you're in the situation you are now, why you're spiritually, emotionally, mentally, or physically in distress, because that's what happened to me. Hey, one thing I've learned after taking hundreds of people through emotional, spiritual breakthroughs, everyone has a story. Now, I'm not, disqualifying everybody's story because some stories are really horrendous. Yet we all have a story, and the meaning of that story and the pain in that story is dependent on the person, not by comparison. So when you do that, man, everybody's got a story. Okay. The question is, do you keep telling the story that creates a limiting belief, stopping miracles, becoming a barrier in your life? And that's really the question. I've had to go through this myself, and I coach people through it. So, what's the real truth? The real truth of your life is the truth that you choose to believe. So if you don't like things that are going on in your life, what are your belief systems? Because guess what? We have the choice to choose our belief systems. Hey, we're living in a world, man, where there's a lot of stress outside. And, if you think that things are happening to you rather than determining your direction, then we're just going to have a hard time. And that's one of the reasons I'm talking about this. So, what is the real truth about who you are? The real truth is you are a spirit having a human experience, here to fulfill a soul purpose. And those are experiences in your life. That's the journey of a soul that has human experiences, that even our greatest pain can lead us to our greatest purpose. So imagine that every pain has a reason. Imagine that every joy has a reason. Do you say to yourself, and you have the mantra, everything has a reason? Because if you do, then you can't be contradictory. That means some things don't happen for a reason and others don't. It doesn't work that way. That means everything happens for a reason. Every pain happens for a reason. Every joy happens for a reason. Every love happens for a reason. What is your belief system? The question really becomes, do you know the reason? And that's really it. Do you know the reason? So here's three things. Everything that happens in your life, every pain, every joy, especially every pain, has a reason. And it gives you three things. And when you can understand this and incorporate it into your life, you can get through anything in your life. So what are those three things? Hey, it either gives you courage, it gives you skill, or it gives you faith. It either gives you courage, it gives you skill, or it gives you faith. So our greatest pain then ends up becoming our greatest reward. So what's an example of this? Hey, I've said this story before. Hey, my greatest pain that was exponentially greater than anything else was watching my wife die. Hey, trust me, we all have a purpose, because if I am what I've been through, then man, it's amazing that I'm not dead. That I'm not disabled, that I'm not in a wheelchair. I mean, we've been through traumas, emotional traumas, and physical traumas, that we have a purpose in life. God protected us, because I could find a whole bunch of reasons why I can stand here today, be alive, physically fit, and healthy, because all the things that happened in my life certainly gave me experiences, but God carries us through it. So my greatest pain was watching my wife take her last breath. But what did it give me? It gave me courage to love unconditionally. That taught me a lesson that every relationship has been different. It gave me a skill that I accept all people unconditionally, and I accept their consciousness where it's at. I was a chiropractor teaching people all around the world how to be healthy, yet my wife chose to die of cancer. She chose not to fight it. She chose to give up. She chose to die. And that lesson taught me total acceptance and unconditional love. It gave me faith that God is always with me. Every pain has a lesson, and when I can extract the courage, the skill, and the faith, then I can find the gift in every pain. And now all of a sudden, there aren't as many pains. There seems to be more blessings. And the reality is, even today, she passed away in 2004. That's why we have You Are More Powerful Than We Think. That's why I'm giving TMTs. So what are you doing? What experiences have given you courage, faith, or skill? What's the biggest challenge in your life that have given you the courage, the faith, and the skill to find the gift, find the blessing, guide you along your purpose, and help you to become more conscious of who you are spiritually, a child of God, having a human experience, that we can go through this together? We all have a story of our past. Is the story of your past a blessing, or is the story of your past a curse? There's only one belief system that determines a blessing or a curse, and that is if you believe that who you are is because of what you went through. When we eliminate that and we see that things didn't happen to us, they're experiences in our life, they gave us courage, faith, or skill, now we can really become conscious of who we really are. And who's that? A spirit having many human experiences. That's an evolution of our soul to make a difference in people's lives. And when you realize this and you embrace this belief system, you will begin to heal spiritually, you'll heal mentally, you'll heal emotionally, and you will heal physically. So let's embrace each other for all of our experiences that have taken us to this moment, that we can find the courage, the skill, and the faith, and become conscious of who we really are, our divinity living in our humanity. Thank you so much, because you are more powerful than you think. Okay, love you guys. Take care.